This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Tristan Hildebrand coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Friday, June 26th. United States officials pledged strong support for Taiwan to a cross-party delegation of Taiwanese lawmakers. 134 areas remain flooded in Taiwan as Typhoon Makala passes by, and Taiwan participates as a non-signatory in the 2026 Pax Silica Summit. But first, today's top story. United States officials pledged strong support for Taiwan this week to a cross-party delegation of Taiwanese lawmakers. The delegation, led by Legislative Speaker Han Kuo-yu, met with officials from the White House, Department of War, and think tanks in Washington, D.C. on Thursday. The delegation traveled to Washington, D.C. following a visit to Phoenix, Arizona, and met with 7 U.S. senators. The Taipei Economic and Cultural Office hosted a welcome reception for the group this Wednesday, where they were able to exchange views with more than 30 members of the House of Representatives. The Heritage Foundation, a right-wing think tank, hosted a banquet for overseas Taiwanese late Thursday. Han spoke at the event, stating that Taiwan is alone and isolated on the international stage as it lacks official diplomatic relations with any major powers. He urged legislators representing the DPP, KMT, and TPP to remain united in their external relations regardless of internal disputes. Following their arrangements, the delegation will take the inaugural DC to Taipei direct flight with EVA Air this Friday to return to Taiwan. Typhoon Makala has continued bringing heavy rains to Taiwan, leading to reports of flooding across the island and prompting the Economic Ministry to upgrade its disaster response team to Level 1 this Friday. Premier Zhuo Rongcai stated that while Typhoon Makala did not make direct landfall in Taiwan, the convergence of its outer circulation and a southwest monsoon brought immense amounts of rainfall, causing flooding across northern and southern Taiwan. As of Friday morning, Zhuo said, 134 areas are still flooded. He instructed water conservancy units to conduct a comprehensive inspection of pumping station equipment to ensure its proper operation and to increase the deployment of mobile pumps. He also instructed local governments to obtain estimated receding times for each flooded area and to inform residents accordingly. The premier instructed the Agriculture Ministry to continue monitoring a newly formed barrier lake discovered Sunday along the Wanli River in Hualien County. The location is approximately 7 kilometers away from where the Matai'an Barrier Lake overflowed late last year, causing mud flows and ongoing economic disasters for the region. Zhuo noted that, per Thursday's figures, agricultural losses have exceeded 130 million NT dollars, over $4 million US, with the number expected to rise as the rain continues and the affected area expands. He said authorities will conduct comprehensive damage assessments to determine subsidies in accordance with current regulations. The Central Weather Administration issued another heavy rainfall advisory this Friday, reminding residents to take precautions against the extreme weather. The Pax Silica Summit opened in Washington, D.C. this Thursday, bringing together representatives from all signatories of the Pax Silica Declaration and Taiwan as a non-signatory. The summit focused on AI, advanced semiconductors, and safeguarding critical technology. The Pax Silica Initiative is a U.S.-led cooperative group of trusted partners whose goal is to secure the AI supply chain and reduce bottlenecks across the AI stack. This year's summit brought together representatives from Australia, Finland, India, South Korea, and Qatar, and all other signatories of the Pax Silica Declaration. Taiwan also participated as a non-signatory represented by Deputy Digital Minister Isabel Ho. Although Taiwan is not an official member of the declaration, a U.S. spokesperson separately highlighted Taiwan's participation and close cooperation with the United States on AI supply chain and other initiatives. The spokesperson told CNA that Taiwan's advanced manufacturing sector plays a key role in fueling the AI revolution. The Taiwan Telemedicine Alliance announced Friday it will now serve overseas citizens, such as those in the Taiwan Global Pathfinders Initiative, in addition to its current services. The new See a Doctor platform will allow citizens abroad to quickly access medical assistance for a variety of needs, expanding on already existing networks to bring peace of mind to Taiwanese at home and away. The alliance said that since implementing the consultation and treatment programs in 2024, telemedicine services have expanded to Vietnam, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Indonesia. The platform integrates services from 3 hospitals across Taiwan, as well as partners Zhonghua Telecom and Line to provide 24-hour emergency support, as well as online and video consultations with doctors. By collaborating with the Taiwan Global Pathfinders Initiative, the alliance is expanding its services from just exchange students to include citizens overseas. Education Minister Zheng Yingyao thanked those in his ministry and the relevant offices for making the expansion possible. He added that with the new service rollout, not only will citizens and overseas youth be safer, but it will also give their parents peace of mind. Zheng explained,
那么青年置身在海外，最让父母牵挂的往往就是他的健康。
When young people live abroad on their own, their parents are often the most concerned for their health and safety. When youth feel unwell, they may face challenges such as language barriers, not enough information, or unfamiliarity with the medical system. We're grateful to partner with the See a Doctor platform to fill this crucial gap in young people's safety abroad.
来补足了青年海外安全最关键的一个拼图。
China may draw strategic lessons from Iran's resilience by favoring long-term coercion over a direct invasion of Taiwan. Here's Joey Cho with the story.
An analysis published by Le Figaro, one of France's oldest and most influential daily newspapers, argues that Iran's ability to withstand sustained military pressure while keeping its government intact demonstrates the value of resilience, decentralized command, and asymmetric warfare. The report says these lessons could encourage China to place greater emphasis on what it describes as a strategy of, quote, slow strangulation, unquote, gradually weakening Taiwan through blockades, economic pressure, infiltration, and other gray zone tactics instead of launching a high-risk amphibious assault. Chinese scholars cited in reports say any country that may one day confront the United States can learn from Iran's experience, particularly its ability to maintain military operations despite precision strikes targeting senior leadership. Analysts note that Taiwan is a difficult military target because of its mountainous terrain and growing investment in the so-called porcupine strategy, a defense doctrine designed to make the island too costly to invade through the use of mobile anti-ship missiles, air defense systems, and unmanned platforms. The report also argues that the war in Iran and Ukraine have reinforced a broader lesson. Modern conflicts are increasingly shaped by drones, cyber operations, information warfare, and societal resilience rather than military hardware alone. In recent years, China has repeatedly conducted large-scale military exercises around Taiwan, simulating blockades of major ports and shipping lanes. Some analysts believe those operations reflect a long-term strategy of applying sustained military, economic, and political pressure to gradually reshape the status quo across the Taiwan Strait. Joey Cho for RTI News.
EVA Air has officially begun operating direct Taipei to Washington, D.C. flights as of this Friday. Civil Aeronautics Administration Director General Ho Shu-ping said 4 of the direct flights between Taoyuan International Airport and Washington, D.C. will take place each week. EVA Air stated that the first 3 Taipei to D.C. flights are fully booked and are 90% booked for the remainder of July. The airline said there are plans to add more flights in the future. Thank you for joining me for the news. I'm Tristan Hildebrand. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.